You're listening to Hey Pal, What's New with John, Alex, and Greg. Hey Pal, What's New is a product of Sack of Sin Entertainment. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and all other social media platforms. Hey Pal, What's New can be found on Spotify, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and all other podcast locations. Or check us out at sackofsin.com or heypalwhatsnew.com. Warning, Hey Pal, What's New contains explicit content. John, Alex, and Greg are a pair of vulgar Gen Xers. If you are easily offended, please stop listening and go download a nice tame podcast like
The Multiverse Fancast.
You Have Been Warned.
And because the water kind of trickles, I don't even know if we're like, our cameras are set now.
Nope. Look at me. I'm like, help. Help. There you go.
There's that handsome son of a bitch. I gotta get my Bucky's shirt.
Hey, everybody. It's Hey.
On TV like we're fucking.
I know, right? Hey, everybody. It's Hey Pal, What's New? I'm Greg, and that's John Alex over there. And we're back after a little Easter treat break. Old zombie Jesus came back. I love the picture that I put up there of just freaking Jesus going BRB. Hey, pal, what's new?
Well, you know, tomorrow is the Ascension, so.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
And it's also the eclipse.
Yeah, don't look up in the light. Yeah, the world is ending, everybody.
The eclipse is Jesus going back to heaven.
Yo,
or coming down.
Who knows?
He's going to set us all straight.
Yeah, even if Jesus did come down and said, I'm back, everybody, people would be like, fake, totally fake.
Well, at least Alex Jones would.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that later. But yeah, we missed you guys. We were away for the Easter break, and so we got some stuff to catch up on there. What's up, what's new with you there, Bucky Sampson?
Bucky. I went down to see my mom in South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Yeah, I don't know. We did go to Bucky's, which is just, if you've ever been to Bucky's, it's like fucking Cracker Barrel on steroids.
Oh, I've seen photos. I've seen videos.
You just take like a fucking Pilot and the Pilot truck stops, like a Pilot and a fucking Cracker Barrel and fucking, I don't know, Dave and Buster's, and just squeeze it all together.
Oh my God. It just seems like a huge mall of like convenience store shit.
It is. It's just shit. But they got like a whole fucking display that's got to be like 20 feet long of just fucking jerky.
Yeah.
Beef jerky, turkey jerky, teriyaki, like you name a flavor.
That's their thing, yeah.
They're making fucking brisket sandwiches all day. They got this big fucking just slab of whatever in the middle. I'm going to keep cutting it, and I don't know why it does that.
Oh, okay.
My camera. And I was sick the whole time I was down there. I'm still sick now. You can hear it. I'm like,
Would you just have a cold or something?
I don't fucking. Well, the allergies down there set it all off.
Really? Yeah, because I know the weather was beautiful down there.
Yeah, but people were making jokes like, "Oh, I'm gonna go outside, get the mail," and they go outside and they come back in covered in like yellow dust.
Oh, yeah.
I was there one day. My car was completely covered in pollen.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a coworker who lives down in the Carolinas, South Carolina, and he's just like, my job, you know, there's people all over the place, right? So I'm in New York, some people in Florida, some people are in Carolina, but the majority of they're based in Wisconsin, and we're like, yeah, it's like 40, and like, you know, the guy in South Carolina is like, yeah, it's 75 degrees out here, it's beautiful, and like Wisconsin's like, we just got a foot of snow.
Yeah.
Like, this sucks.
End of days. It's the end of days, my friend. It's the end of days.
Yeah, I mean, we can get into, the freaking earthquake, apparently, that we had.
Dude, I was sitting in my chair. I thought the dishwasher was off kilter or something like that. I was like, is the house shaking? Like, what's going on?
You know what it felt like? It felt like, I was working at home, and stuff just started shaking, and I thought it was either like, I was like, I know I'm not running laundry. I was like, is the oil here going to is like the house going to blow up?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? It felt almost like, if you've lived in the city, usually when a huge car, you know, a truck comes by, you're like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's the garbage truck? Like, what? The house is shaking. I'm looking out the window, and I'm like, okay, that was really weird. And then all of a sudden, my phone started blowing up. You text me, you're like, did you feel that? And I'm like,
It took
Yeah,
like,
I thought it was just me.
It took the emergency services an hour to put out a fucking alert. Oh yeah, we just had an earthquake.
Oh yeah, it was like way later. And I just, we have like a group text at work, and everybody's just like, oh, snow. And I'm like, yeah, we just had an earthquake. I think it was like a 4 something. Everybody's like
4.8. I love the people on fucking TikTok. One is the guy with his Ring doorbell. Did you see that one? He goes down he's in Jersey. He goes down his fucking steps. He goes, bro, we just had a fucking earthquake. Did you feel that?
Yo, it's a fucking whale, Jay.
And then that's what it sounded like. And then the people were like, the aftermath of the earthquake, it's like a thing of like spices dropped over on the counter and spilled.
They always use that meme of like the one lawn chair knocked over. It's like, we will rebuild. It's like, we all joke now until the fucking, between that and the eclipse, we're all going to, we're all going to die. We'll go back to our news clip on there as far as we're all going to fucking die. But, yeah, I mean, that was the big excitement, I think, just between that. You went there. I mean, it was Easter.
I did man stuff around the house, though.
Ooh, you got all...
I think that's what we were talking about when we came on, with how I replaced the pipes under the sink.
Nice.
I got the garbage disposal, put all new pipes in under the drain pipes under the sink, and then I replaced the fucking broken light switch in the bathroom. And the flusher was the other thing we were talking about, because mine's been... it gets up and we have shitty water.
Yeah.
So, like, after a while, that washer that shuts the water off in the toilet, stops, like, holding the water back fully, so it slowly kind of just trickles into the tank.
Yeah, we were having the phantom shits, I used to call it, because, like, upstairs, my mom hasn't been there for months, but then it sounds like somebody just flushed the toilet. You're like, what happened?
Yeah.
So I had to get that fixed, yeah. So exciting man stuff.
We got a water bill, so we're on town water, so it's a little bit higher than usual. I was like, well, don't help that fucking people don't turn the shower all the way off, and the toilet runs all day.
Yeah, I can't imagine what my freaking water bill is going to be, because it's freaking, my shower was running constantly, and then the thing was going up and down, so.
Up and
yeah, man. Welcome to home ownership, man. It's exciting. Nothing but excitement over there. And then Easter, we didn't,
I was at my mom's in South Carolina.
I
She had her friends over.
I brought the girls a basket.
Those old ladies down there like to talk.
Oh, they do.
Oh my God, they don't shut up.
It's really weird at that point in your age where it's just like, what do you got to chooch about? Like, we talk about my mom. Like,
They'll ask me a question. They'll be like, so what did you do last year for Easter? I was like, well, my wife and I, did you see that the South Carolina's playing? I'm like, all right, I guess you don't want to know.
Whatever. I spent most of my time while my mom was down in Florida being tech support.
Okay.
I'd get screenshots of like, I can't get on the Hulu. And you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, I got to fix this. Like my mom wanted to watch, the Mets started their opening, baseball started opening day, and she wanted to watch on SMY. And she's like, Gregory, we have SNY, right? I'm like, yeah. She goes, I can't, I get a username and password. I had to, literally, I did it in New York. I was just like, okay, hold that. Give me the, okay, that's the link. Okay, that's, all right, I'll type in the link. There's the password.
Jeez.
Here you go. It's like, and the Netflix went off. I don't know what happened. I'm like,
because she's in Florida and the account originates in New York. They're starting to do that. Disney Plus is going to start doing that password crackdown. Like my mom uses my Disney Plus. She doesn't even watch it that fucking much. But they're going to start looking at like, oh, that one's in South Carolina and that one's in New York. We're shutting one of these two off. You pick.
Yeah, well, they did that actually for Netflix because it popped up. But you could set something where they say, oh, do you have a second home, this and that, which technically we do. So you put in the okay, and it's good for like a month, but you got to keep doing it every month.
All right.
I was like, Mom, be coming home in 2 weeks. Who gives a fuck? Just, you can watch, but,
You can watch Outlander some other time.
Exactly. I forget what you want to do. Hey, I'm going to watch The Family Stallone.
I want to watch Away Home on Hallmark.
The Way Home.
It's a show with fucking Andy McDowell, and they got a fucking pond in the woods, and if you fall into it, you go back in time on the pond on
Golden Pond. Yeah. Oh, look at the loons!
I'll give you a golden pond. It's at the end of the golden rainbow and the golden shower.
Oh boy, yeah. So yeah, nothing really exciting happened. We did some man stuff. We had an earthquake. The eclipse is coming tomorrow. We're going to see the Descendants and Circle Jerks on Tuesday.
Yeah, my wife's not going. My son's not going.
What the fuck, man? Bunch of amateurs.
It means I got 2 extra tickets.
All right, so 2 extra tickets, man. Anybody want to come to the show on Tuesday? You know where we're at. Just text us.
I'd like to come.
Well, sure.
I mean, I'm going to the show. I just like to come.
Don't we all? Skeet.
I honestly thought I had a fucking come button.
How will you explain that?
Oh, yeah. Well, how do you explain that?
How will you explain that?
That's how I explain it.
Oh.
Fucking pineapple.
I mean, I have a button here that just says "come" on it, so I was like, maybe that's
what
it.
I was talking about. Come
yeah.
button.
Yeah, that's the
How will you explain that? A dead man in your bed still smelling of cum.
Oh, Pedro, you silly goose.
Pedro.
I wonder if that's going to happen in the Fantastic
you know,
Four.
You know what? Speaking of Pedro.
Ooh.
No, he's not dead.
No.
John, you got any news?
I do.
Whoa, what do we
Speaking
got?
of Pedro, we got a release date on the Mandalorian Grogu movie.
The Mandalorian and Grogu.
May 22nd, 2026.
Is that like the first one out of the three? It's going to be
guess so.
26?
Yeah.
Oh, God. So you got that.
But dude, the Acolyte looks great.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the trailer for the new Star Wars animated thing.
Yeah, I mean, if they keep doing, and Bad Batch has been fucking killing it. We'll talk about that in the TV.
Bad Batch.
But yeah, I mean, as long as they keep putting out TV and animated stuff until the time being, I'm fine. You know, like
Omega goes big.
Omega
goes back.
Yeah, and fucking Crosshair's not crosshairing it anyway.
No.
Yeah,
Crosshair fucking dropped the ball. Oh shit! I let her get away.
What is he?
When she needed me the most, the person who like supported me the most, when she needed me the most, I fucking let her down.
Well, he had the fucking trembling hand. Well, we're getting into TV, but
right,
anyway.
right.
But yeah, we'll get to it. But
Really quick. Look, enemy mine. Louis Gossett Jr., Iron Eagle, Chappie.
like I texted you, I'm like, I got no place else to go. You can't because you're dead. See? Come on.
Louis Gossett Jr.
Yeah.
Dead.
What age? He was like 70 something.
Yeah. Also,
oh boy,
dude, all I can ever think of when I think Louis Gossett Jr. You think Officer and a Gentleman because, like, what? He got the Academy Award for that.
Yeah.
I just think that movie Enemy Mine with Dennis Quaid, where he's
a Quaid of some sort.
You know the movie I'm talking about, where he's like an alien on another planet.
Oh yeah.
He like crashes. Oh, why does it gotta do this? Why you gotta do this to me?
Sign in, please.
No, it's just this movie.
Oh Jesus, is that him right there?
Yeah.
Oh boy, cut
I'm
that
pretty
out.
sure Enemy Mine with Louis Gossett Jr.
Save that picture and just put it in the middle.
where Dennis Quaid is a fucking like Earth alien lands on this planet and they're at war with these people and then he has a fucking baby.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Sounds like Invincible.
Yeah.
Old fucking baby Grimace. Oh,
well,
boy.
also in He's Dead news, we got one less character to worry about on Gen V.
Chance
Perdomo, who played what's his name?
I forget. He was the
fast guy, no, the strong guy.
Yeah, he was close with oh my God, Chance Perdomo. Yeah, it was sad. Motorcycle crash.
Oh,
it's weird with celebrities. It's just like you got things going for you. You're doing stuff, and you're young, and all that stuff. It's like people do crazy shit. You're just like,
dude, I'm surprised we didn't get it this far.
I'm
scared to think that I was the fastest fucking sperm.
Well, I'm starting to think I always say there's a reason why I'm not famous, because if I was, I'd be dead at fucking 30. Because I'd be either drug addict, more than a drunk than I was.
So you're saying our podcast being this much of a flop is like a godsend? Otherwise, we'd be dead.
No, we're doing all right.
Oh, okay.
We're doing okay.
Wow. Yeah, I'm just joking.
I ain't dumb like people say. I'm smart. Nah, but yeah, that's a bummer, man. That really is. Oh, and also CJ Snare from Firehouse. He's dead too. See.
Yeah. Okay.
Love of a Lifetime. Nothing. Baby, don't treat me bad. Come on. Cancer, I think. Yeah.
Oh, what's
Firehouse Subs. Firehouse rock band. There you go.
where?
There it is. Yeah. Yeah, it was sad. I just saw a thing about it.
Okay.
Yeah. The Firehouse official site.
Spotify.
They were like one of those mid-tier, you know.
Give me a song. Which one?
I mean, Don't Treat Me Bad was popular. Love of a Lifetime was popular. I mean, dude, it's got 64 million fucking streams.
I guess.
64 million more than I do.
Fuck it.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not in Spotify.
Oh, look, we're frozen. We're like,
No. I'm just buffering. I don't know.
I don't know. We're doing something over here.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, okay.
That's the live stream you keep seeing. I don't know why my camera keeps fucking out.
That's all right. People are going crazy.
There it goes. I'm back.
Hey, and we're back, kids.
I don't want to keep acknowledging it because the fucking last episode I keep cutting that out and finding it like, what did the camera fucking freeze?
Your face just kept freezing and we just kept playing
How will you explain that?
I did shave too, though.
I know, that's right. Yeah, it's shaving season, everybody. We lost our beards and now you can see our fucking fat necks.
Well, so it's some other positive news here. Kevin Smith got Saban Films behind the 4:30 movie, which takes place at a movie theater in the 1980s, like I think 86.
Okay.
It's about a bunch of kids working at a movie theater and going to the movies at the movie theater.
No,
it's like Clerks in a movie theater.
They say right
80s.
what you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they were talking about the freaking Dogma thing. We're like, can we all just agree that April Fool's jokes online are fucking stupid?
Yeah.
Like, they're just stupid. Like, you get on social media on April 1st and you're just like, I can't believe anything. Like we joked about before, Jesus could have came back from the grave, and we'd be like, April Fool's.
Lies.
See, I always do the trick that my dad used to do, is that my dad would never do an April Fool's joke on April 1st. He would wait till like later on in April, and then he'd trick you, and then he'd be like, April 12th. You're like, you son of a bitch.
April 12th.
Yeah, he would just pick a random day in April, which I was like, April Fool's. Doesn't have to be April 1st. It can be any time in April.
Hey, Gregory, you were born April 20th. You're an April fucking fool.
I guess I was an April
That's
Fool.
my every April joke.
That's right. Yeah. More like surprise, surprise. No, they were
Surprise,
they were trying to
surprise.
make my ass. The other people not so much. But anyway.
I got a couple of those. Dude, okay, look. I know, what is it, in June Planet of the Apes movie is coming out? When the fuck does that thing come out?
It's a summer blockbuster.
Yeah, it's 2.5 hours of monkeys. Apes, sorry, my bad.
Apes
I
must
don't want
not
to get
kill
canceled.
apes.
I don't want to get canceled.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess. It looks kind of, I don't.
It looks good.
We were saying that like they showed like an IMAX thing. Like IMAX will show like 5 or 7 minutes, the first 7 minutes of the movie, and they released that for trailers this week, which we'll get into trailers. But I was like, okay, humans running away from apes. It looks like, it looked like the original where it was the apes. Nova.
Get your hands off me, you damn dirty ape.
Oh my God, yeah. So I don't even know where they go from. The last trilogy was really good.
Yeah.
And now they're just gonna keep going. I'm like, okay, I'm down for some apes. I'm always down for some '70s apes, man. I like the OG.
You know what I'm down for?
What's that?
Some Monkey Man.
Oh,
We'll get to that,
yeah.
too.
Do we want to do the? We'll do this real quick. Do you have any more news there,
Nope,
Jackson
that's all
Brown?
my news. That's all the news. That's no good news is good news with Gregory Gnu.
That's true. So we'll just do this one right now.
Now, hold on there 1 second here, young fella. I was thinking about maybe the two of us get down in the old
let's get
pickup
down.
truck corner and hit one of them movie plexes where we can go sit down and eat a tub of popcorn and check out some preview.
If people only watch the live stream. He's there.
I'm dying over here, man.
AIDS. Anyway, HIV. And so anytime one of us is cold,
Clap if you got it.
anybody's sick, we're just like, grabs, AIDS. Or Jimmy used to always say, let me punch you in the stomach, you'll feel better. It's like, okay.
Punch you in the taint.
Yeah, punch you in the taint, you'll feel better. So yeah, trailer-wise, there wasn't too many trailers that were out. I was shocked because people were saying, oh, there's going to be another season of Tales of the Jedi, which I enjoyed. It was okay. It was a short little couple of episodes of stuff. And then they came out with the trailer. It's actually Tales of the Empire, which I'm all about the dark side, baby.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, they seem to be between the Acolyte and this, they're kind of pushing a little dark side agenda, which I'm down with. It's like when I went to...
balance to the Force, man.
Yeah, you got to, for every Jedi story, you got to throw some, throw some Sith in there
it's
too.
like Mrs. Garrett used to say: you take the good, you take the bad. You take them both, and there you have.
The facts of life.
That's right.
Yeah, Joe Polnicek.
Wow. So Tales of the Empire. It looks like it looks like we're getting the story of some of those people that we saw in like The Mandalorian. What's her name?
I don't know.
The lady with the freaking Beskar fucking staff.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. One of the things that it felt like this trailer leaned heavily on was her backstory.
Yeah, they tell those. I mean, the Tales of the Jedi was cool just because it told little backstories of stuff.
Right.
Little anthology. Of course, the Vader feet come out, and you're like, oh shit, here comes Vader.
White Vader.
So yeah, I mean, I'm interested in some of the Sith kind of lore, the Empire lore. I mean, I've always been fascinated with that stuff. It was like I said when I first went to Universal to see, the Star Wars before, Galaxy's Edge, and I got my picture with freaking Kylo Ren.
Hey.
I got in there. I was like, Zoe was like 16 until she's like, or like 15. She's like, Jesus Christ, Dad, like really, just calm down. I'm like, we go in there, and he's just like, are you for the light side or the dark side? I'm like, dark side, baby. He goes, okay, proceed. You can take the picture now. And I was like,
It's awesome.
oh my, yeah, this is great.
I want to go. I want to go there.
You've never been to the Galaxy's Edge?
Nope.
It's
I like the Edge, but
who doesn't? I mean, come on. You can take the both. You take the
take the good, you take the bad.
yeah, it's skeet, everybody. Yeah. So Tales of the Empire does look good. I mean, it's between that, we'll get into Bad Batch in the TV section. I mean, like I said, as long as they're doing animation and TV, I'm okay for now. But it's been a bit of a drought.
Yeah.
Between the strike and all that stuff. I mean, we only have one Marvel movie coming out. DC is not till like 2025. So
Well, look, at least we got the next trailer.
the next trailer,
Monster Mash. The fuck?
old Michael Madsen, or as I like to call Walter.
Walter. That's right. Old Walter. You were saying before about how he got on, like, broke down his list of all of his movies.
Oh, he was on Opie and Anthony way back in the day, and
Oh, you should have hit it back in the day on that.
oh, yeah, I mean, it was.
It's kind of where we got the back in the day from.
They got him on there, and he was talking about he has a website where I don't think it's still up, but he was talking about all his movies, and like most times everybody's just like, well, it was a good experience, and I had a great time filming that movie. He has a site where it's like he lists all of his movies, and then next to him he would just be like, I did this for this paid for my house, this movie sucked, I did this because I wanted this. Like it was just it was just garbage.
It's bad when you try and go to the website and it gives you like one of those like no, you can't go to the website.
Yeah, it's just he does have a entertaining Instagram.
Right.
He just looks fucking old as shit now, and I forget what he plays in it. Like it was one of those where I was just like, wow, he's doing this now. Okay, he hasn't been around in a while. Tarantino's got to throw him in another flick or something. He's got to
pay the bills.
He used to be the cool. I mean, the Reservoir Dogs and all those Tarantino films. He was just a fucking
But then
man.
that's all he was, though.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Hey, look, he was in Free Willy too. All right, so just fucking calm down. He had an extensive film career.
Whatever, man. Dan fucking what's his name from Nickelodeon?
Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider was in fucking Better Off Dead.
Was he really?
He was Ricky.
Ricky,
I'm real sorry your mom blew up, Ricky.
Oh,
That's him.
Is it really?
Pretty sure, yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to fact check that, but I'll take it. I'll say, hey, look, Dan Schneider was in Better Off Dead. Christmas. Ricky.
You keep talking about Monster Mash.
What else is there to say about Monster Mash? It's
it's fucking him.
Oh no,
Dan Schneider is Ricky from Better Off Dead.
It's true.
There's the picture.
I mean, Dan Schneider was on that. He started in that show, Head of the Class.
Yeah.
With Dr. Johnny Fever.
Dr. Johnny Fever.
That's where I remember him from.
I did watch another trailer, though, that I sent to you, only because I was like, all right, I'll send it.
Yeah.
That movie, Janet Planet.
I didn't get it. I
didn't?
No, I watched the trailer, but I just didn't get what it was about.
Oh, fuck if I know, but I'm in the movie, so.
It's
the only reason I'm going to watch it. It's an A24 gem, and it looks like it was, I don't know, it looks like 1960s porn extra footage. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting out of it.
Yeah, I mean, apparently there's a lot more trailers that are coming out, like, this week.
Yeah.
Like, I think the trailer for Maxine is coming out this week, and there's another one that drops Monday. Is it Joker 2? I think Joker 2 actually drops on Monday. So, next episode we'll definitely have some better trailers. But as of right now, it's a little dry county right now. Which is interesting, though, because there's a ton of really good movies out that I want to see. My boy John Alex has seen a few. I have not been able to get out to the theater to see anything. I mean, I want to see Abigail. I want to see freaking Immaculate. I want to see freaking Late Night with the Devil, but that's coming out on Shudder in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I want to see. I never saw Ghostbusters. Like, there's a ton of movies out that I actually want to see. So, and we got more stuff coming. So who knows? But I did see some interesting movies this week.
Oh, what'd you see?
Well, let's start. I mean, the ones I've watched were pretty much controversial, as they say. Didn't see any. I mean, the first one I watched was The Truth versus Alex Jones on Max.
Alex Jones loses.
Alex Jones, Infowars. It was
a false flag operation.
Yeah, it was a documentary, definitely, but it was the story about him with the Sandy Hook massacre and shootings. How he decided that it was fake. Like, he was trying to point out all this stuff, and it brought up an interesting point with the fact that, like, if you're removed from it, it's kind of like 9/11, right?
Yeah.
People, obviously 9/11 affected the whole world, but for New Yorkers, it was just cutting out a little bit. For New Yorkers, it was a little bit more scary,
Yeah.
Where if you lived in fucking Iowa, you're like, oh.
Okay, what's the big
New York
deal?
City, that's a tragedy. But, like, when you're fucking living, 30 minutes from the city, you're like, holy fuck, the world's going to end. This is the same thing where I'm sure people from, Florida or wherever, hear about another school shootings. And the sad thing is that it happens so often now that it's just like, okay, next one. Oh, it's nothing's going to get done. Thoughts and prayers. Great. Okay. But he decided for some reason, because the reason he did is because he saw that his ratings were going up for all this shit. So he's like, I'm just going to keep milking it. And, he was coming out with all this stuff. And it's just scary how, for us, I mean, I know people that died in that freaking massacre because we were 10, 15 minutes away. And my kids know a kid that died in Sandy Hook. And it's like, the families were destroyed, obviously, and you don't think about it. If you don't live close to the area, you're just kind of like, oh, that's horrible. Yeah, shit. Okay, thoughts and prayers. Okay, what's going on next? Like, where's the next one? But he decided to run with it, and these poor parents were getting lambasted because
they were getting threatened by people.
Yeah, and they were saying, like, they're like, my child died. They tell the whole story about how it actually happened, because you forget that it's like, it wasn't like people running all over the place. Like, there were like 26 kids fucking died in this thing, right? The majority of them, they went into he went into one classroom, just started blowing them away. Second one, they all hid in the bathroom, which is like, if you've ever been to like an elementary school bathroom, it's just like one toilet and it's a small little closet. They were all dumped in there, and he just went in there like it was like shooting fish out of a fucking barrel. And all these kids died, and these parents are going through all this crap, and these fucking Alex Jones weirdos are like, it's fake. It's totally fake. You're making this up. He's like, I just buried my son. Well, dig him up. I want to see the body. Fucking no. How about no? And I watched it with my 18-year-old, and she was so fucking mad. It was almost good to see, because she wasn't like, oh, this is stupid. Like, she took an interest. It affected her, and she's at the age now where she gets, it's great to have I mean, it's always great to have conversations with your kids, but like when they get to a certain age, it's like you can debate and all this stuff. And she was just mad. She was like, fuck him. I hope, so they go through that whole trial, and then like how he was brought to trial, because finally the parents were fed up and they were like, we're suing this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it just shows in stuff like this that nowadays, like, there's no accountability.
Nope.
There's no, like, there's one side and then there's this side. And you can go on to YouTube or whatever and spout all this crazy shit, and there's no consequences. And if you have a big enough following, people will believe you. And he's selling these fucking iodine pills for fucking, he's making all this. He made a shit ton of money off the fucking horrors of these kids.
Oh, Jesus.
And, I mean, it's public knowledge. So, like, I mean, the parents finally sued his ass and, tried to, but he's still out there. He's still on selling his stupid vitamins,
Ooh.
Well, and there's people that fucking believe him, but it just shows there's no.
And there's people that'll vote for that old dude.
Exactly.
I'm not saying which one.
No, pick an old dude.
Pick an old dude.
We don't take sides here at Hey Pal, What's New?
No.
But, it's just
The only
scary.
side I take is the dark side.
That's right. Dark side every time.
Every time.
Every time. Those Jedi, who wants to run around in a robe?
Not, I do.
The
I want
Empire
black
were.
robes. I want black robes, not brown robes.
Yeah, I mean the Empire. They were
Definitely not white robes.
They were snappy dressers, much like
Well, when Hugo Boss is designing your uniforms, come on.
I mean, come on, seriously. But if you really want to get pissed off, watch that.
It pales in comparison to the fucking documentary I watched, which was the Steve Martin documentary.
Ooh.
Martin, a documentary in 2 parts. So I don't know if that's a series or a movie.
I am a big fan of Steve Martin.
I found it very fascinating to hear about his early career and how he got, his comedy career. And I'm a wild and like all that stuff. And then, there's his movies, and you start to see, the big flops. But the second part was all about, after all that. After he went from being comedy and dabbling in movies like The Jerk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then went into, Father of the Bride and Cheaper by the Dozen and all his other shit. Was the second half, and I found the first part much more fascinating.
Yeah, the fact that he was one of those comedians that was playing stadiums in the 70s, and doing
That's not how he started. He started opening up for Bob Dylan.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, he's
like, I would go on a show and make $200 doing the show, and it would cost me $350 to get there.
That old gag, yeah, it's a tale as old as time, my friend. But yeah, I mean, he dropped out of stand up at the height of stadium stuff. He was like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, because he realized I can make more money going to movies, and he's like, I'm done. I'm like, I don't have it in me to do all of this still.
Yeah, and a lot of his stuff, if you see the early stand up stuff, it's not thought provoking George Carlin shit. It's like I put an arrow through my head and I dance around in a white suit.
It's goofy nonsense.
But he's great at it, and he's a very smart man. He's a really prolific writer.
And I didn't know that him and Martin Short have been since the Three Amigos have been best friends since then.
It's very adorable. It is. And
they ride bikes together in Central Park.
Yeah, I mean, he's had definitely ups and downs like any career, but he's reinvented himself at least 3 times.
Well, it's not on this screen anymore. There's a movie I'm watching, doesn't matter what it's called, but it's the people that are in it's got fucking Vin Diesel's in it, Steve Martin's in it. It's what the fuck? Kristen Stewart's in it.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that how old is he now? He's got to be in his 70s, right? And he's I mean, he's on a popular show on Hulu at this point.
Fuck yeah, and they're filming right now. He also, I didn't know this, he had been married once, had no kids, and it wasn't until this most recent marriage, he's got a very young kid, very young. And the age difference between him and his wife is, he's 78.
Oh, okay.
There's a big age difference between him and his wife, but she was he used to write articles for the New York Times.
Okay.
Little editorials.
Oh, yeah.
And they were fact-checking one of his articles, and she called him up, and she was interviewing him, and he was, fascinated with her and invited her to one of his dinner parties. And she's like, I got there early, but I brought the New York Times crossword puzzle because I figured it'll give me something to do while I'm waiting. She's like, and I get there, and, I've got my puzzle in my hand, and he's already sitting there doing the puzzle and halfway through it. And she's like, we were meant for each other. She's like, I love, crossword puzzle doing magic. Yeah, goofy magic guys, and banjo playing.
I mean, the guy's a legend. Yeah, he's a hell of a banjo player too.
Yeah.
So he's very interesting. I definitely want to check that out just because, I mean, I find them very fascinating.
I think it'll be just as satisfying as if you just watched the first one, but whatever. That's just me.
That's more, that is definitely more pulling up. Hey,
Oh,
there's
there
a
he is,
Steiner Vagina.
Steiner Vagina.
Yeah. Hey, come tomorrow. Come to the show.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, Toad's Place in New Haven. Show starts at 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
It is sold out, but I have 2 extra tickets.
2 extra tickets. Who's coming?
He's rambling.
Yeah. So anyway, that's definitely what I want to watch.
Any other movies?
I did a little late to the party.
Where's the late to the party?
We don't have it. It's got to be edited or something. But yeah, that's all you need. I have such freaking GERD. I'm so GERDy.
I'm thinking of some acronyms like gay erectile something.
I'm gay. I got a hard on, whatever. No, I speaking of that, I watched that Jared Fogle documentary.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy. Hold on a second.
Someone's been a naughty boy. Someone's grand behind. Someone poured this pecker out, and now they're in a bind. Play with it.
He's a very naughty boy.
Oh, boy.
It was so those are the 2 that I watched, the Truth versus Alex Jones
Jesus
and Jared
Christ,
Fogle.
Dude. Would you on a hate rage?
I did. I was just like, God damn it. For some reason I was like, all right. It came up and I was like, I looked at Manal and I was like, I'm going in. She's like, okay, all right, strap in, kids. She's like, oh, what? Quiet on the set wasn't enough for you. I'm like, no, I need to know more.
He was a sick fuck boy, Jared.
Yeah, and he was one of those it was the joke that I made, and it was look, it's fucking horrible, right? What he was doing. Well, fuck the FBI because they let that poor woman get all this information. She was taping him for like years, 3 years. Yep. And like trying to get him, and he was saying all this stuff, and they just couldn't get him. They're like, well, we can't use that because you didn't tell him that he was. How are you supposed to get this stuff?
Yeah.
If you excuse me, I'm going to record you. Could you please tell me how you like to touch a 7-year-old? It's just like the shit he was coming at. I mean, I felt so bad for that woman. I was like, did they compensate her in any way? Like, no, of course they didn't. And all this stuff, and then finally they nab him, because of doing all this stuff. And they're like, well, he could talk. He could talk about it, but, it's just a fantasy. We have to, do you literally have to fucking wait till somebody, it was just, and the partner, if you go down a rabbit hole, man, it is freaking disturbing as hell. So yeah, that's another one I watched, the Jared Fogle one. Oof. And the guy, his business partner, holy shit, he was a freaking scumbag. Just like, here, leaving his freaking stepdaughters. Like, here's a dildo and some porn. I'm going to walk away and watch it on my video. They were just like, what? It's just like, and he's the one that actually finally, it wasn't until he got fucking busted that they got Jared Fogle. And it was like, and that poor woman was like she went to the FBI and they were just like, keep getting more shit. It's like, how much more do you need? So 3 years go by. And he's freaking kid touching the night away, and they're not doing anything about it. Just keep getting more stuff. It's like, what are you writing, a fucking novel? Stop this.
Pete Townsend, they're doing research.
But the only funny thing I got out of it, and I was telling him now, was like the big joke was like, and I look at her, I go, do you think he at this point, he was doing those commercials for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Do you think at every appearance, like? Do you think at some point he was like, I gotta pull out these fucking pants again? He was constantly holding up the big pants.
God, yeah.
Like, he's just like, everywhere I go, it's these fucking pants. God damn it, why do I have to keep bringing these pants up? I've lost the weight, god damn it. But every picture is him holding those stupid pants like, look at all the weight I lost. He must have them like wrapped around like like the Old Spice guy, like
pocket.
Got to bring this fucking pair of jeans again, god damn it.
Pulls him out of his man purse.
Yeah, so fuck him. I hope he gets raped in prison. Anyway.
I did watch that. We talked about Snack Shack. I watched that.
Snack Shack.
It's your summer raunchy, best friends kind of summer movie. That's what it is. The whole thing with the snack shack is they're not doing anything illegal in the snack shack.
See, I'm immediately my mind goes to like you were like, yeah, so snack shop. I'm like, so they were just dealing drugs out of there, right?
Yeah.
You're
Nope.
Like, no drugs, no alcohol, no.
The big thing was, kids would come up for a hot dog, and then one kid was pissed off, so he wrote "fuck" with the ketchup on it. And the kid's like, "What the hell is that?" And he goes, is it more money for the fuck dog? And he goes, yeah, it's 75 cents more. He goes, all right. And another kid goes up, and is like, I want a fuck dog.
Genius.
So they started writing profanity on it. But I did go see the Monkey Man.
Monkey Man. Monkey
Look,
Man.
It was a great movie. It was action. It was like, Bollywood John Wick.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
But the story was good. The whole underlying story was good. I thought it was funny. Like, I don't know how much spoilers I could give here.
Yeah, let's just do a little. Okay.
All right. So, like,
spoil away. I don't give a shit.
He grew up in India, living in the woods, and this guru.
India has woods?
Yeah, they had in the jungles of India.
Oh, okay. Okay, proceed.
And this guru was like, I need that land to build my fucking cult on. So he's in cahoots doing illegal shit with the police and got them to burn down and chase them all out of the woods and killed a half of them.
Oh, jeez.
Including his mother. And this whole thing is a revenge thing.
Yeah, it seems like
he
that.
tries to get his revenge and chokes. You had your chance and you blew it. And, gets the shit beat out of him, finally gets away and winds up in this area of, like, downtown India somewhere. I don't know what city they're in, but I guess there's a group of transvestites who no one will go near because they think they're an aberration. So, like, we want nothing to do with those transvestites.
Gotta watch out for those
and
trans
they're the
people.
ones who, nurse him back to health and... he goes through his like training moment where he like gets really good at fighting, and then goes and gets his revenge.
That's actually interesting because usually it's like nuns or something. There's a bunch of trannies. Okay,
yeah,
that's awesome.
Bunch of trans people, and I was disappointed because they build it up as this Monkey Man movie, and the whole thing is he's at these like underground fucking fight scene where he's the heel.
Yeah.
And that's what he does. He's in the monkey mask, and he makes money by, winning, and then losing at the last second and getting his ass handed to him.
Okay.
So fast forward, and he's like, I'm going to take this whole thing serious. He dyes that monkey mask white.
White Monkey Man.
Because there's a whole thing about, this legend of Hanuman, who's like the monkey who comes and saves everybody kind of thing. But I was disappointed because he fucking puts the mask on. He shows up at the place to, like, now really get his revenge and beat the shit out of people, and they look and they go, what the fuck? And he reaches up, pulls the mask off, throws it on the ground. That's the last you see of it.
Wow.
I was so hoping he'd be running around beating the shit out of people wearing a fucking monkey mask.
You wanted more monkey mask.
I wanted more monkey mask. I did. I don't want.
It wasn't a superhero movie. It wasn't like Monkey Man running around with a cape. I agree, though.
It's very John Wick, so it was like it would be nice to have that other side where it's like that's part of his thing is like the fucking. People don't take him serious because he's wearing a fucking monkey mask and he beats the living shit out of them. And I get that, you got to get Dev Patel on screen because you're paying for him to be on the
He's
screen.
a handsome gentleman, as we know. It's my girlfriend's my girlfriend's boyfriend.
And like Manny said, he's like, you're like here, and then you're here, and then you're here, and then you're here, and you're here. And then wait, what? That's it? It's over?
Oh, one of those, yeah.
Yeah. Like it ends with him, like, of course, getting his revenge, killing everybody, but whatever. And then it just stops.
Okay, it's a bold move, Cotton.
Yeah,
Did it pay off?
Maybe we'll get a second one. So
I'm sure we will. I mean,
I gave it 4 stars. 4 pals.
4 pals out of 5.
4 pals out of 5. Just because I wanted more monkey mask,
more monkey,
and the story kind of just like it stopped like a fucking Netflix show. It's like, wait, that's it?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. You know what you're getting. You know,
yeah.
And
it was long too. It wasn't a short movie. I forget how long that movie was.
I mean, apparently Jordan Peele saved that from Netflix. It was going on Netflix, and he said, "Oh, it has to be in theaters."
Monkey Man, 2 words.
Yeah. See, I mean, I can see your point because the monkey mask looks fucking dope.
It does.
So you want more monkey mask?
I do. I want more monkey mask.
That's the only criticism. You would have got a 4.5, maybe 5 pals out of 5. You blew it. You didn't have enough monkey mask.
I don't think give you the fucking runtime.
Who knows? You gotta go on like fucking Fandanga or something. Fandanga and stuff. Check that out because
So that was my movies.
Yeah. All right. So I guess now we can get into television.
Let's go Bad Batch. Just jump right in 2 feet.
Bad Batch it, baby. Yeah, I mean, so this isn't, that wasn't, no, this is, it's still going on.
Monkey Man was 2 hours and 1 minute.
2 hour and 1 minute.
Over the 2 hour mark.
Yeah, so this one's for, yeah, see, Steiner knows.
I had to play it for Manny today. He's like, I was like, this one's for all the
bouncers.
the bouncers.
Big
the
monk.
big monkey man.
Ah, it's classic.
And Manny's like, that just sounds like a bad Jamaican accent. I was like, stop it. I was like, I know it's a bad Jamaican accent, but here's where it comes from.
Yeah, but it is.
You don't know the specials. You don't know ska. My kid don't know ska. I failed as a parent.
You know, ska is a beautiful thing. I miss ska shows. They used to be the most fun. You know, get dressed up, just do a little dance. It was good times.
Sorry.
But yeah, Bad Batch. You know, I got confused because there's a lot of finales that we're going to talk about.
What, the Bad Batch wasn't a finale, was it?
No.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
this is the last season, isn't it?
It is the last season. They're still going, but they're still up there. No, they got it. They got to conclude it. But man, when they do a 2-parter, you're like, oh shit's about to go down. So, yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where like you want to see how it ends, you know. Yeah. But long story longer. I mean, it was crazy.
It had a very Andor vibe too, in that prison with the kids in that separate section. You got to see what they've been doing with the kids. At least we finally get the explanation, and we're closer to finding out. Well, not that we don't already know.
Yeah,
but they're closer to finding out that they're basically fucking trying to clone Jedi.
Yeah,
or at least
they want to clone Force-sensitive people for Palpatine.
Right.
Somehow Palpatine returns,
and that we already know how.
Yeah.
Now we know how.
Yeah. So this is the whole story about how they're trying to figure out the clone. High M count. I love how they won't say midichlorians.
But they did. There was the one episode when they were trying to find out what M count meant, and that woman told them M count is about midichlorian.
Asajj Ventress,
Asajj Ventress said it. She said midichlorian.
Yeah, well they have to, but it's just so funny how they won't, because like people, it's like, dude, it's lore, okay. But yeah, she ends up being like, well, we got to do the old infiltrate again. So they took Omega back and. Old Crosshair,
she's like, I'll bring my tracker.
Old wiggly hand Crosshair.
They'll scan you, and she's like, well, then you'll shoot a tracker onto the ship and track the ship. And they find the fucking tracker on her.
Yep.
And then he's like, I guess I got to. Oh, he shot that fucking tracker like I shot a load, just kind of dribbled out.
Wasn't a fucking Harry Reams.
No,
it was a fucking
not.
Yeah, but. Yeah, I mean, the Bad Batch is, like we've been saying every week, it's killing. It's freaking awesome, you know? Yeah. And, I mean, like I said, I used to always goof on animation. Like, all I'm watching lately is animation. Yeah, I
still can't get into, I gave up on Invincible, and I can't get into X-Men 97, sorry.
Really? You can't?
No.
I didn't think I would, but
I guess I'm just not that invested in the X-Men.
You know what it is? It's like, it's of course, it's kind of that still, like, 90s cartoony kind of thing. And It's a nice mix from, like, especially if you're watching, like I watched Invincible.
Right.
Got to the end of that season. The season ended. Big,
Invincible's not.
No. For a guy who's invincible, he gets the ass shit beat out of him constantly. No, there was this guy that he did the huge brain and
the multiverse guy.
Yeah, he freaking snapped his mom's arm. Like, just cracked it all. And he was going to kill Baby Grimace.
Oh, no.
But he kept getting sucked in these different dimensions, and finally he gets a hold of him, beats the living piss out of him, like basically makes his head into Chef Boyardee, and he's just covered in freaking blood, and he's just like, he's all freaked out now because he's like, oh, I'm just like my father. I freaking killed somebody. I never killed somebody before. But like everybody... From his mom to freaking Cecil and all these guys were like, you had to do it. Yeah. He was going to kill your family and kill you. You were self-defense. You had to do it. But he just all freaked out. And, old One-Eye McGee went in and he's saving Nolan from the freaking Viltrumite prison.
Right.
So that looks really cool. But, yeah,
Seth Rogen.
Yeah, Seth Rogen. So it's interesting to watch that and then watch X-Men 97 where you're like, okay, there's not all that blood and gore and cursing and all that shit. You're like,
sure,
I'm fine with it. what it does show is just that whole relationship with the X-Men. All the different... You forget, like... Because we haven't really had a really good X-Men movie, technically, since...
Ever.
No, I'll say First Class, Days of Future Past were awesome. Okay. X-Men 2, for God's sakes.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, that one was awesome. Apocalypse sucked a bag of dicks. Dark Phoenix sucked. For some reason, they can't do the Dark Phoenix saga.
Just don't leave it alone.
Yeah, just leave it alone at this point. There's so many other stories. But it reminded me of... It's got the old school X-Men in it, and as goofy as it can be, and it's not, like Invincible. It tells it shows the relationship between everybody in the family. It's more of like a family soap. So I'm like, all right, I'm digging it. I'm not like, this is the best thing ever, but it makes me want. It's making me crave for live action X-Men now. Now I'm like, oh man, this show is confirming to me that they can do it and do it well. Because they do handle those stories. I mean, sure, you got Jubilee that's like, her powers are throwing like fucking fireworks. You're like, okay. But it's interesting. It's soap opera-y, and it just reminds me of how cool the X-Men team is and how they haven't done it. So
Fair enough.
Fair enough, man. So
can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
Did you cry?
Oh. At the ones who live?
Yeah, at the very end.
Oh, I fucking bawled. Fucking waterworks, dude.
I cried like I was watching those fucking soldiers reunited with their family videos.
Oh my.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we're going to get into, the ones who live, we could talk about that.
Yeah.
Sure, it was a little rushed, I think.
Yeah.
I think they should have made it like 8 or 10 episodes.
Yeah,
but at the same point, what's refreshing about that was that Episode 1, they reunited. We didn't have to wait 5 or 6 episodes. God. Episode 2, we saw how they both got together. By episode 6, they were back with their kids. Family. And I'm like, end.
You're the brave man?
Oh, my God. You can call me Dad.
Just call me Dad. He's wearing Carl's hat.
I know. He's just like, Malada Mangala.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, kid's adorable. And he's just like, the Judith thing really got to me,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when she's like, I knew you'd come back. And even RJ is just like, I knew you'd go. How would you know? I believed. You're like, oh. And
I
then
believe
they all
I could fly.
And you're just like, it made me, I definitely fucking sobbed. I was like, and then the Carl, and this and that. But they ended it perfectly. Now it's like, I don't think they should do another season. What I want them to do is... Now you got Dead City.
Yep.
You got that. Because the only thing I was bummed about was like, I'm so happy that they ended it like that, and we got to see them reunited with the kids.
Right.
Then drag it out to like 15 seasons. Now I want to see everybody get back together, and Negan and Maggie and Carol and Daryl. They all go back and. They go back to Alexandria, and there's freaking Rick like, hey, everybody.
Rick, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think they should keep it. And then once they all get together, do like an Avengers style, like one season of like, and call it The Ones Who Live, because now they're all together and like showing. Because, as much as I bawled about the reuniting, you got to see Daryl. See that Rick's alive. You got to see that everybody see him. That I was like, even when I was like, what about Father Gabriel? Is everybody going to see? What about Ezekiel? What about Eugene? Like, you want to see them get together with all that stuff.
Justin's at WrestleMania. I guess Justin checking in from WrestleMania.
It's WrestleMania 40, isn't it? Jesus,
I'm old.
I don't know any of the players there, Totally.
Rey Mysterio was wrestling last night.
Wait, was he?
Yeah.
Oh
they fucking did a launch. I was telling Justin, I texted him because I was watching a little bit of it. Fucking got on that second rope. Oh my God, John's naked face.
Yeah.
Well, you want to sit on it, don't you, Justin?
That's right.
When he got on the rope, Justin, and they fucking launched him off the second rope. Look, I watched those brothers, the brothers Uso or whatever the fuck they are, the twin brothers who fought.
I don't know anybody
they
really.
Fought each other, and I said to Kate, I was like, I'm watching. I'm like, I can't. Look, I can't even get invested in the storyline because you can tell how telegraphed everything is and how kind of like, it's like two drunk, like a drunk John and Greg in a parking lot fighting. That's what it felt like. Hey, The Rock, Ray, Paul, and Bedelli this weekend as far as legends. Yeah.
Oh, Bubba Ray Dudley. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I mean, I go old school where, like, I checked out after the 90s.
Yeah.
And I don't, even Steve Austin and John Cena and all those people, like, I never watched it during that part. I'm like old school freaking WCW. and shit.
WWF.
Yeah.
When it was WWF. Like Justin just said, the best days of the WWE were WWF.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
right now, we were saying, and you and I were texting about it, they were bought out by, it was on Peacock, and because they were bought out by NBC, because, someone was a very naughty boy.
Oh, I
think
mean,
that had a little...
How's it going, Vince?
How's it going, Vince?
No, I think they were bought out a while. I don't know if
Yeah.
it was NBC or something, but
I just can't get into it.
yeah, I mean, look, I don't know if it's because of my age, where, like, when I was, the Hulk Hogan, and I go as far back as Bob Backlund,
Okay. Yeah.
Iron Mike Sharp,
Yep.
Iron Sheik, pleasure for me,
Pleasure for you. I piss my
Andre,
pants.
all that shit. But, now it's just like, oh, The Rock is back. It's like, okay,
I must
I-
have to pay him to show up.
yeah, I mean, he had to come in. They had to freaking throw the freaking Hail Mary.
Yeah. Can I just say quickly before we get to music? I watched that show Parish with Giancarlo Esposito,
Yes.
Moff Gideon.
He's in everything. He's in
yes.
that new movie Abigail now, too.
Oh yeah. So I watched that, and I guess this is a show. In the show, he was a courier,
Okay.
but known for his driving skills. And I'm watching. I'm going, isn't that a fucking movie with Jason Statham? Drive.
Maybe, yeah.
And then I look it up, and the show is based on a show from England that was 3 episodes about a guy who was a taxi driver, who was a courier, who gets involved with these people, like, delivering shit, and long story longer.
Yeah.
Starring David Morrissey, a.k.a. the Governor.
Oh, the Governor.
Yeah, I can't picture him, because he just seems like a big, goofy Walter kind of guy.
Yeah,
I just don't picture him being like this limber... fucking race car driver kind of guy. Giancarlo Esposito, yes, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like the Jason Statham movie, almost, where he's got to deliver shit, and there's a bigger plot going on with all this. But each episode is like he's got to go someplace and get something and make a delivery, and shit happens, and some cool driving and other shit.
Uber Eats, the movie.
You know what? It may as well fucking be.
And I do agree totally.
Instacart the movie.
WrestleMania 3 was the best one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely. I mean, I remember renting the pay-per-view for the first
we were
one.
talking about that.
Yeah, so yeah, the only other thing I saw just real quick on is I saw Dave Attell's new special, Hot Cross Buns.
Oh.
The guy's a freaking legend, man. I was so happy that he actually has a special on there where during the pandemic he taught himself how to play the recorder. So he said he starts playing, and it's just so funny because he'll play this, like, he'd be like, and then he just says something ridiculous and then just keeps playing. And then he tells everybody in the audience, like, look under your seats. He gave everybody a recorder, and they all played Hot Cross Buns together. It was so funny. But, like, he would play, like, and, his comedy is, like, rapid fire. It's like joke, right. One of those. And he would play this thing on the recorder, and then he actually has one of my old favorite line was from Patton Oswalt, where it was like, did you know if you hit a midget in the head, he turns into 50 gold coins?
It's true. People go hit midgets in the head and find out.
I think he might have took over the title because he plays the recorder, and he goes, do you know if you come on a Confederate flag and bury it, a Cracker Barrel grows? I totally fucked it up, but oh my God, it was just...
Well, we talking about that before we got on the air, because you said that, and I was like, I talked about a TikTok video I watched, which led me to, like, this other one where the people were talking about, like, how Cracker Barrel's, like, racist or whatever, but they're talking about how the creator of Lululemon is racist because he named the company Lululemon because he thought it'd be fun to listen to Japanese people try and say it.
Oh yeah,
because of all the L's. And I was like, wow, that's deep.
Wow, that's revenge.
Because I won't be shopping at Lululemon.
No. I mean, who does? And that was a fad for about 5 minutes. Yeah, but if you get a chance, if you're a fan of stand up, I mean, the guy is. I loved his show, Insomniac. That was a great show.
And what's this new special called?
It's called Hot Cross Buns.
Hot Cross Buns.
At the end of it, he goes, they said my special was, because it was only like, I want to say like 40 minutes, maybe 35. And at the end of the credits, he goes, Netflix said that my special was too short. I needed to have another 2 minutes and 48 seconds in order to get paid. So here's some extra footage. And he's in I think he's in like San Diego or something like that. And he's playing the recorder to a bunch of seals for 2 minutes and 48 seconds. You're like, oh my God.
This is the recorder.
Yeah.
Or as they call it in the Middle East, the saxophone.
Okay. I'm going to need to watch that.
It's quick, man, if you watch it. And it's just, he is so I loved Insomniac. Dave's Old Porn, that show he had on freaking Showtime, where they did Dr. Ginger, or Extra Sex. They did the whole breakdown with Ginger Lynn.
Oh my God, I have to find that then.
And he actually did, I remember they only did it one season. They brought back the Gong Show, and he was the host.
Yeah.
And it didn't last, but man, I mean, the guy's a freaking New York legend, a comic legend. So definitely go watch that. So yeah, I think it might be time for the old,
From the big rock band, now he just looks like a big fat ham. It's time for Greg's Music News.
I got to go back to work tomorrow. I've been off all week. I don't want to go to work.
Yeah, too bad for you there, buddy.
Whatever, you sit in your fucking living room and jerk off.
That's right. My big commute from my bed to my freaking desk. Anyway, yeah, I mean, as usual, a lot of fucking singles. A lot of singles. But some good ones, man. I'll just go down the list here because it's been about 2 weeks, so there's a lot in here. We'll start off with, I always talk about that band, Black Country Communion.
Oh.
Joe Bonamassa, Glenn Hughes, Jason Bonham. They put out a few albums. They have a new single out called Red Sun. If you just like some freaking balls to the wall, just like bluesy kind of rock. I mean, Glenn Hughes' voice is just fucking, I mean, the guy's almost 80 and he still blares it. And all super really good musicians. Going down the line here, did you ever hear that band Dream Car?
No.
Dream Car is a band.
Are these on the list?
Some of them are, some of them aren't. I didn't really put a lot on there. I'm just looking through my Discover.
Okay.
I put on the ones there that I liked. I see that you have some in there too.
Yeah, just because I came across them, I was like, I want to put them there just so if they come up.
Yep. Well, Dream Car is a band that is basically No Doubt without Gwen Stefani.
Oh.
It's everybody in No Doubt, and the singer is, what's his name? Danny. He's the singer from AFI.
Okay.
They're very 80s. They only put out one album, and it was fucking great. It was like very 80s sounding, very cool. They put out an EP, this Dream EP. It's like 3 songs. One of them they cover Moon Age Daydream by David Bowie.
Yeah.
It's good. I mean, it's not their first and only album. That's called Dream Car. I definitely check it. It came out like 2017. Really, really good band, and it's cool to see like the guys from No Doubt like doing something without Gwen. Apparently, I heard that No Doubt is reuniting at fucking Coachella.
Okay.
Oh my God, good for them.
Don't care.
Yeah, don't care. Moving on down the list here, Acid Mammoth, that band I talked about, they put out their full-length album. Well, it's not really full-length. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songs. Supersonic Megafauna Collision. Acid Mammoth, Stoner Rock. One of their songs is on our list. Really, if you're into that like stoner, like the Sword, Sabbath kind of sound, I really dig them. You can check them out. Another one on here. This is always something that I find funny, right?
Sorry. The song is called Fuzz Orgasm. Keep on screaming.
Yeah. Yeah, they're fucking awesome. This is what I always found funny about Spotify. They don't really fact check stuff.
No?
No, because it comes up 3 days ago that GBH,
Yeah.
the fucking legendary British punk band.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, they got a song called Misty Blue Eyes. Like, okay, that doesn't look like... And I put it on, and it's like... Apparently, it's not GBH, but it's on their profile. You're like, what? They just, like Sub-Zero, our boy Sub-Zero, there's like a bunch of people on their page that's just like, it's not fucking, it's not them, but,
What the fuck?
Yeah, but look, it's on the actual GBH, Maybe because it's GBH, not G period B, like.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's weird.
It happens a lot with some bands if they're very similar names. Yeah,
like,
they
we'll
gotta
take the
clear
money.
that off. Other than that, going on down the line, we got a bunch here. That band Kitty we always talk about.
I saw that we both put that song on the playlist.
They're good, man. I really like them. They're bringing back that new metal kind of 80s. A lot of female bands now.
Yeah.
Like a lot of female-driven bands, which I love, man.
One of the
It's
songs
good.
I added was a female thing.
Yeah,
We'll
I
get
mean,
to it.
I was listening to our playlist on the way here, and I'm like, man, we got a lot of kick-ass fucking women-fronted bands, which is good to see. Another one here, they're an acquired taste, a band called Knock Loose.
Okay.
They put out 2 songs, Don't Reach For Me and Blinding Faith. They're out of control. They're heavy. They're just like it kind of remind me of Code Orange, like that. They're just crazy, but technically good, but like all over the place. Not for everybody, but it's the kind of stuff I dig. Also, Fucked Up.
Yes.
They put out 2, I don't know if they're old songs or
Cops.
Fucks, Quality Sex. They put out 1 single with 3 songs, and then the same time they put Being Annoying and a song called Being and a song called Annoying. Good. Sounds like the old Fucked Up. I subscribe to it. But yeah, I just thought it was weird. I'm like, okay, you're gonna put 3 in this one, 2 in this. That's kind of like I didn't do a rant this week, but I'm like, guys, I know you're trying to get in the algorithms here, but like, holy shit, dude, I can't keep up with all this shit.
Annoying is 6 seconds long.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Yeah,
That's the
beautiful.
whole song.
Yeah, I think.
I hope we don't get fucking demonetized because I
Yeah.
play the 6 seconds.
Yeah,
At
right.
least that song is so long I could fuck to it.
Exactly. I fucked my girl for 6 seconds in a row. Yeah, I think Totally put something on the chat about Sum 41's has their final album.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sum 41 new and final album. Yeah,
Sure.
I'll believe that when I see it. I like Sum 41. They
Well, Sub-Zero's on tour.
They are. They're in Europe. Yeah, they're in. The last time I saw them, they were in Poland. They are just machines. Damien's podcast, a little too hit for the room for me.
Yeah,
honestly,
I was
Jeff.
gonna say, I tried to listen to it, and I was just like,
if he's got a good guest, maybe. But yeah, he gets a little
as
too
a regular thing, I don't listen to it regularly. If there's I listen to the Jello one, I listen to a couple of them.
And
people that I like.
Yeah, and one thing with him is I love that he started getting into smoking the cannabis in order for his stage fright and all this, which I never realized he had massive stage fright. I think he smokes a little bit too much now. He gets a little trippy. Like those last couple Fucked Up albums, you're like, what the hell is this? Like, Damien, put down the fucking weed because you're getting a little weird. But anyway, that's just me. Let's see. Other than that, I did put a song on by a band called Thunder Pussy. Because they're actually a really good band. They just put out a single called "I Can Do Better." Can you?
It's about my life.
And those are really the only ones that I have. I know that you have some on there that you put out.
Oh, I'm going to start with this one because I found this one. It is a new song by Drake Bell. It's Drake Bell.
Yeah, we got to support Drake Bell
Literally
any way
from
we can.
like last week. It was like 2 weeks ago, March 18th.
Really?
It's called I Kind of Relate. And
Wow.
really quick. I mean, it's Drake Bell. It's kind of what you expect from Drake Bell. But I found this song because, again, fucking TikTok. I will say, I'm not a big TikTok fan. I see something on TikTok. I'm not one of those like, oh my God. When they say something, I'm like, hold on, pause. Let me go fact check this.
Yeah.
I do not run with the fucking TikTok facts. I had to fact check it. I guess apparently when this whole thing with Drake Bell The girlfriend they talk about.
Why is he saying R.I.P.
Why are you
Drake
saying
Bell?
R.I.P. Drake Bell, Justin? Do you know something we don't know? The girl he was dating was a musician by the name of Fifi Rodriguez, I think.
Oh, is that the girl that he was...
Yeah, Fifi Dobson. Sorry.
Okay.
And when this whole thing went down with him during that time period, she came out with an album that was quickly shelved and you never heard from until after all this. And then there was a song on the album called A Man and a Boy.
Doesn't look like it's on there now.
No, it's not. This isn't. I don't think this is the album. That's why I'm looking for it. It might be. Let me look at all of her albums, because it was this one right here, 2006 Sunday Love.
Okay.
There's a song called. God damn it! I'm sorry.
No, do that because I'm looking at
Man Meets Boy. Now I'm not gonna play the song. I'm just gonna. You can kind of hear it's got that Drake Bell sound to it too. But the fucking words to the song: man meets boy, shattered summer, broken dreams, too young to know what he wants is so extreme. Ew. He held you down, told you not to scream or cry. From that day forward, baby, you just wondered why. Oh, child, it's not your fault. It goes on and on and on. You start to realize what the fucking song is about and why the album got quickly shelved. And then after years later, this album finally came out, which I was like, wow. I wonder if Drake Bell's written anything about it or anything recently. And that's where I saw that song that we were just playing. It's called... Jesus Christ, I'm on the wrong fucking playlist. It's called... What is it? I Sort of Relate?
Yeah, I kind of
relate.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, the other song I threw on there, I don't know how I found this. Apparently this girl, her name is Nep, N-E-P.
Okay.
She's, again, I played it for Mila. She goes, I fucking love her. I was like, I knew Mila would love her. But this song is one of those songs that you listen to, and it's like one song, but there's one song being sung on the left side and one song being sung on the right side.
Mr. Carter, white shops around 12. Mr. Carter,
so I first listened and I did exactly what you did. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, especially when you have them on headphones. You're like, what?
No, but it's all one music thing, but two different sets of lyrics being sung.
It's neat. It's a neat concept. Sure.
I listened to one side. Oh, wow. I listened to the other side because my brain had to separate it first. And now I can listen to it all together and I can separate the two things out automatically. I know.
Did you also put on that song Crack Cocaine?
Where?
Up there. It's number 59.
Yes, I did. It's fucking Ozzy.
I know. It's a good song. I was listening. I was like, oh, who put this? I was like, it had to be you because... Yeah, it's got Steve Stevens and Billy Morrison from The Cult.
Yeah.
Fucking Ozzy, man. He does not. It sounds like old school, like... Kind of like Zakk Wildish, but...
Yeah.
The guy is like freaking on death's door, and he just still... If you like... Yeah,
Here we go. If anybody knows.
Yeah.
Like crack cocaine.
Okay.
I don't know how, again, another one of those. I don't know how the fuck I found that.
Drake Bell was also found guilty of child endangerment for grooming a 12-year-old and making sexual moves on her at 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was 15 and she was 12?
No, he was 31.
Oh, boy.
It was through text. He was contacting her through text.
Yeah.
And the thing about this, I think the reason this didn't make as much news is it was all about him basically grooming her.
Mm-hmm.
Contacting her about meeting up at his concerts or whatever. And then she accused him of sexually assaulting her, but it never really went to trial. He pled guilty to the other charges because, like, I just don't want this to drag on for my sake and the person's sake. But also the trial was fucking during COVID, so it was all online and fucking Zoom.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Poor
I remember
guy.
looking at a video of it.
Can we just leave him alone at this point? I mean, if he did,
I think he lives in Mexico now.
Yeah, I mean, if he is, the guy has had some fucked up shit. Art Bell was also found guilty of something creepy coast to coast. Oh boy, what are you gonna do? I mean, people don't leave kids alone for God's sakes. We all joke about shit, but come on, stop. Stop with the kid touching.
Like Opie and Anthony's, it's a fucking perv switch. It's like all of a sudden it just gets flicked and people lose their fucking mind.
Yeah, well, that was the thing we were talking about, Manal and I, about the Jared. I said, look, I'm not freaking condoning anything that Subway guy did, but she was like, how could I said, if there's no conviction, if there's no they were trying to get him to a place like a kid's birthday party, and he could say all this fucked up shit, but he's on, it's fantasy.
Right.
You can claim it's like, look, I'm just, playing out a role. It's fantasy, the fucked up thing is until they actually do it or they catch him trying to get in the act, like with To Catch a Predator, you really can't,
What are you going to do?
But I'm like, and I was saying to Manal, I was like, he's just sitting in his fucking, this woman that was basically, trying to get him to commit, say all this stuff for 3 years. And then she was like, he kept wanting to meet up with me and I wouldn't meet up with him and stuff. I was like, so he's probably just sitting in his hotel room, with those big fucking pants. Gotta drag these fucking big pants around. At least I can jizz in them later. He's all fucking
smuggle children.
I was
back
like,
from Mexico in my pants.
He's all edged up. People say weird shit. I'm not saying that he didn't, but oh boy, Art
Well,
Bell.
yeah, and some of these people, they get so big,
yeah,
that they think nothing can touch them. They can do whatever the fuck they want, and nobody can do anything about it.
We also talked about that too, as far as for people that are people get desensitized after a while, especially people that watch too much porn. They're just like, oh man, unless somebody's getting hit in the face with a sledgehammer while there's a beaver in the corner, I can't come, shit like that. They're just so desensitized to all kinds of shit, and we all are at this point,
Oh my god, who was telling me that story? Oh my god, was it you? Was telling me about the fucking? Oh yeah, you were talking about. Oh, maybe it was Manny talking about Stephen Hawking going to Epstein Island, and the only thing he liked was fucking. He used to get off on two little people, solving scientific equations on a giant chalkboard that they couldn't reach to sign the equations, and that's what he would get off on.
Sure. Everybody's got their own kink, man. That's what I tell everybody. Everybody's got a category. I don't give a fuck.
34.
Yeah, everybody's got a category,
And for everybody that's got a kooky kink, there's someone out there who will do that kooky kink for them.
Yeah, there's a subreddit for it somewhere. You never know. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the music news, man.
I think that's it for everything.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I put out a new single on Bandcamp.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Show the world you can. It's only on Bandcamp. It was for Bandcamp Friday, so thank you for everybody who supported it. Like I said, new album comes out on April 19th. You go to Gregory,
That's
G-R-E.
the day before your birthday.
That's right.
What are you doing for your birthday weekend? Do we know yet?
I don't. Nothing's planned unless somebody fucking throws a party. I don't think so. I mean, I ain't doing nothing. I know I'm getting my colonoscopy on the Wednesday after.
Ooh,
so the 23rd. Yeah,
I finally come and hold your hand.
I finally got a date. I got a date for
Where is it?
It's in Carmel.
Wait, who's driving you?
My mom.
Okay.
My mom comes. Mimi comes back on the 17th.
Ooh.
So I was like, guess what, Mimi? Now it's your turn. You got to take me to the freaking doctor. So yeah,
I left strict instructions of the doctor: do not let my wife anywhere near me until I am out of the fucking influence of the anesthesia.
Oh yeah,
I don't want nobody fucking pulling out a camera recording me saying some stupid shit.
Nah, it's my mom. She'll take care of it. But yeah, they finally. If you look it up in my phone, it's just called Heiny Doc.
Heiny Doc.
Yeah, because you get calls all day long. I only get off on two little people getting colonoscopies with sledgehammers. I agree. Some people, everybody's got a freaking kink, man.
I got two words for you: plow cam.
Plow cam, gruel master.
Oh, gruel.
I've been introduced to a few subreddits. You can go down the rabbit hole.
Homer Simpson drool.
Talk about fucking scrolling on TikTok. You're just like, what? Freaking Harry Bush. I mean, you know, what are you going to do? Skeet, everybody.
Skeet.
We got to get that freaking shirt, man. Which, by the way, go on to heypalwhatsnew.com. Buy yourself a shirt. There's a Yikes t-shirt. There's a I'm a Thirsty Hamster t-shirt. I did change it to Corey was right.
Corey was right.
Yeah, so that got
I
through.
did find out who tried to buy that shirt.
Who was it?
It was my buddy Tom McMahon.
Oh.
He's like, God damn it, does that mean I'm not getting my Corey Feldman was right shirt?
He might get the Corey was right shirt.
Yeah.
It was charged, so if not, dude, you can pick up that one. That's actually, it just says, if you look at it online, it just says Corey was right, and it's got like the judge jury thing.
Oh, God.
We had to do something, but yeah, be on the lookout for some more. I gotta reenact the resurrect the Gruel Master and
Gruel Master's classic.
Gruel.
You know what? Hey pal, what's new Gruel shirt?
Yeah,
that's right. You know what we need to do? We need to create the Gruel Master shirt and then advertise it on /r/Gruel.
There you go.
Fuck, I think people on that subreddit will buy it.
I think it should be on a chef's apron so people think it's like Grill Master, but it's Gruel Master.
All right.
Drip, motherfucker.